Hello and welcome to another episode of the Youngstown Business Incubators Innovators Insights. We are here celebrating Black History Month, and we are on our last episode where we are featuring some small business owners, some minority-owned businesses, some women-owned power players in the area. And today I am blessed. We are blessed to have my friend, my sister, Trina. I'm sorry. I said Trina. Katrina Simms. Forgive the friendliness there. Now the rest of the conversation, I'm gonna say Trina, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. But you all will meet her as Katrina Simms. Ooh, round of applause. Yeah. So, how are you today?
I am doing well. Thanks for asking.
Beautiful. You look good. You look
I tried. I put a little oomph into it today. I tried. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. So if you can, please, I know you, and there may be a couple viewers or listeners who know you as well, but tell us about yourself.
So first, I apologize for my voice, so bear with me. My name is Katrina Simms. I am from Youngstown, Ohio. I have born and raised here. I actually graduated from Wilson as well as Youngstown State University. I have been involved with the community my entire life. So I am just excited to be here to give you a little bit of information about my business.
Okay. You said Wilson. Well, y'all, what? The Red Men?
Yes, we are the Red Men.
Okay.
Yes.
I grew up, but when I got in high school, you guys had shut the doors over there.
Absolutely. So, South, I went to South because I lived down the hill, but South had closed and we had to go to Wilson.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I won't throw any. I'm a North Sider, so.
It's okay. I got love for the North Side.
So, Trina, tell us let's go here. When did you start your business and why? What was the purpose behind it?
Oh, awesome question. I started my business in 2021. And the reason why I started my business is because I had got sick. I worked for Mahoney County Children's Services for years. I started there in 2005. And one of the reasons was I am adopted. And so I definitely wanted to give back. My mother is phenomenal. And I wanted to give back, especially to assist children of color who are going through the system. However, I got sick in 2017. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And at that time, I went on disability. And probably from 2017 until 2021, I was in a dark place. I was very upset. My world had got flipped upside down. Yeah. And I remember talking to my family, talking to my friends and family on what do I do next? And so I was talking to Tanisha, and Tanisha's like, all this community involvement, this volunteer that you do, let's turn that into a business. And at first I'm like, I guess.
Yeah.
However, she was absolutely correct, and it manifests into Azanna Elise, and I'm forever grateful.
Beautiful. That's a perfect segue. I realize, and I apologize to our viewers, I never asked what the name of your business is. So perfect segue. Tell us what your business is.
Thanks. My business is called Azanna Elise LLC. And one of the things I do, I am very heavily involved with Harambe. And in Harambe, we are given African names. I actually have two. Azanna is my second name. And Azanna means the ultimate. And it's one of the characteristics that I bestow in Harambe. And Elise is actually my middle name. It's Katrina Elise. So together, it is Azanna Elise LLC.
Wow. Little personal, I love the name Elise. Growing up, she was a family friend, and that was her middle name. Mm-hmm. And she's since passed, but I heard it one day, and I was like, that is the prettiest name ever. So I used to, not used to, thankfully I have a young man, a little boy, but if I ever had a daughter, I would, that would be her middle name.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I smiled really big when you said that.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this. You shared a little bit about some of just life being life. Mm-hmm. What are some experiences that has helped shape your business?
One of the things is that for me, I was extremely nervous. As I told you in the past, I can get up in front of kids, grab that mic, and I can just go because I've been doing it for so long. However, when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, developing the business, doing what I needed to do, I was very nervous about that because for years, my background is in psychology or criminal justice or social work or case management. So this was something totally different. However, being involved with YBI, being involved with MBAC, I have been blessed to have resources and services provided for me. And then that snowballs into something else as well. So I am forever grateful. I have met so many different people just by attending a training or following through with the email. It has been phenomenal. I can think back last year with Valley Partners, MyCap, United Way, this year with YSU. It has just been awesome.
You just kind of, you said some power players there. Okay. Azanna Elise, okay.
Ooh-wee, I have been blessed, Carrington. I don't want to get emotional, but I know that God is in it, right?
That's awesome.
And I definitely, when I went on disability and things changed, I was upset. I was mad. I was embarrassed. Mm-hmm. I compared myself to my friends and my family, and things changed. Financially, things changed. And I didn't want to talk. I was selective mute. I was just down. And then, but God, right? But God. Yeah. And to see that he had a plan all along. And sometimes we ask God, like, why? You don't want to question him, but why? Right? Yeah. But all along he had a plan, and here I am. And so I will forever be grateful. I will forever say, but God. And I know it's nothing but God.
Yeah.
That allows me to do what I do.
I love it. I love it. So we're going to stay here with the business for one more question, and then we'll segue into some other things. It's interesting because you and I, we're friends, but this is for you listeners and viewers, this is a very formal setting for us. So if you see us start laughing or anything like that, we're trying to bring it in and contain it, because this is very, very formal, and we are very informal people when we're communicating with each other. So really, really quick, with Azanna Elise, what products do you offer? What are some of your services? What is it that you do for the community?
Great question. Azanna Elise provides a range of services. So I can do a leadership seminar. I can do a cultural engagement. I can choreograph a piece. Say, for instance, if you're having a wedding and you want me to choreograph. 2 years ago, I did the Kemp's wedding, and we re-choreographed Coming to America. And that was amazing with Vidal Entertainment. And that was just with Michael and Mac. That was awesome to see. And that was down at the Dior and Powers. So I also can, with the Junior Civic League, they had me come in and I talked about teamwork and team building skills. So there is a variety of things that I can do. It just depends what you want. So when you call me, I'll say, hey, what are you looking for? Are you looking for something interactive? Whatever it is, I can custom towards you.
That's awesome. And so you primarily work with youth, kids, young adults? What's the age?
Yes, I would say primarily young adults, youth, and children. However, I do have some involvement with adults, and I'm okay with that as well.
Okay, adults, get them some training and learning.
Yes,
I like
because
that.
sometimes in your organization, we may need to get back to the basics. We may need to find out, hey, we need to support one another. We need to regroup, refocus, and so I'm with that as well.
I love it. I love the offerings that you offer. The offerings that you offer.
I like that.
That works. Okay. So as we are turning the page and we are ending out the month of February in the United States, this is Black History Month.
Yes, it is.
I remember being a kid and listening. I think it was either Tom Joyner or the Steve Harvey Show, and it was a partnership ad that they had with McDonald's.
Yes, they used to say the 360 Black. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, we did that at New Bethel. Shout out to Florence.
Okay, yes. So as we, round out this month in Black History Month, what inspiration do you draw from some historical Black figures?
Great question. Oh, I can say a gazillion. One of the big things, I was just with Inspiring Minds Saturday, and I was talking to the youth. They had an incredible teen summit, and we talked about Madam C.J. Walker. And what I love about her is that she really focused on the business and understanding that, you know, economic development. However, she gave back. She bled and poured into her community. And that's what I loved. Although, you know, with a business, you absolutely want to make money, and I get it. I understand. However, I want to pour in my community. I want to give back. I know that the youth, the young adults, the people that are around me, someone is picking up something from me that they will continue to give on, right?
Yeah.
As you move up, you take somebody with you. And so when I'm talking to my youth or I'm talking to the young adults, Miss Trina, I don't want you to do anything for me. What I want you to do is pay it forward, pay it back, and do not forget where you come from. Don't forget who assisted you.
Right.
And that's with any race, right? But don't you forget, do not forget your church. Do not forget the ones that supported you, sent you a, encouraging text, reminded
Right.
you to do something. So I am big on pouring back into your community, pouring back.
That. Yes. And Madam CJ Walker, I could have used some of her products.
She's a beast. She's a beast.
I could have used some of those products. I'd be like you. My son has long hair.
Yes, he does.
And he talks about me all the time. He says, Dad, how do I have hair like this and you're bald? And you're so young. And I'm like, hey, brother, relax, buddy.
The kids
relax.
will tell you the truth.
Oh, they're honest.
Oh, the kids get me all the way together. They will let me know I'm about respect and attitude. And they're like, Miss Katrina, you came here a little funky accent. And I was like, was I? Yes. And I probably was. And so I have to say, you know what, my fault.
Yeah.
Let me readjust myself.
Yeah.
Let me get it together.
Yeah.
So
I love that. I love that dynamic that you have with
thanks.
the kids that you serve. And you're leading by example. I had that conversation where in that moment you said I was wrong and you immediately corrected. Hey, I'm sorry. I don't know if that example for this generation is present as often as it should be.
Great statement. Carrington, one of the biggest things is we have to be, our kids is going to keep it a buck. They are going to be what they say, 100.
100.
Right?
A buck. Yep. 100. Yeah.
So if I am involved with them every day and telling them when I'm doing something wrong or I'm not on my best, I absolutely want them to check me. And I absolutely am going to apologize for that because that's how you move forward. They are going to respect you more when you're able to say, I fumbled, I made a mistake. There's times when, and I have a lot of youth groups, I can come in there, as I told you, I have MS, angry, upset. And so when I do that, I immediately apologize to my kids. They're like, oh, it's okay, Miss Trina. No, it's not okay. We should be able to say, I apologize for this behavior because I'm leading by example,
Absolutely.
right? And sometimes things are not going to go your way. You're going to have an attitude, right? You just cannot stay there, nor can you treat people because you're angry, right? Or you have an attitude or you're having a bad day.
Yeah, it's powerful. So you mentioned you were jumping ahead to some of my questions when we started out, but it's okay. I like to round out and end things talking about my team and Madam Director. So you mentioned Tanisha, you mentioned the YBI, you mentioned MBAC Center, and you kind of shed a little bit on the impact that Tanisha personally has had in the formation and the curation of everything that you're doing. How has MBAC and Tanisha, impacted and helped your business?
Oh, I can go on and on. First of all, if you're not aware where YBI, it's downtown, 241 West Federal.
241
Shameless plug, but that's all right. However, when you walk through the doors to the right, it's MBAC, right? And when I walk in there, although Monica is one of my best friends, everyone greets me when I come in, and everyone is willing to help. And when you sit at that table, everyone is shooting out ideas like, hey, well, what about this? Or I can refer you here. Let me email. You are a blessing. When I was like, hey, Carrington, can you assist me with this? It is a helping hand. And so that's what I love about it. It's because when you walk through that door, you do have anticipation. You're a little nervous. You don't know all about your business, but you know that you have this idea. You have this baby. And when you have the four of you guys giving 40 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour of your time just to encourage you, just to support you and say, hey, you're doing well. How about this? Also, this team is not just, cheerleaders. They're going to cheerlead you. However, they're also going to at you. If they will hold you accountable, right? And I love that because at first, although Tanisha is my baby sis, she checks me, and I believe she checks me the most, right? And she said, hey, you have to do 1 through 5. Don't come back here without 1 through 5, Trina. At least try to follow through. So I love that support because the more and more that I did it, the better and better that I got out of it. Right. So I would say it is a process. It's not just going to happen overnight, right? But pace yourself and follow the instructions. They know the way. We don't know the way. So follow what they are telling you to do. Even if you're going at a slow pace, what they say, slow and steady wins the race. Yes. So I would say, please follow and heed to what you guys are saying because it definitely works.
So that was a lot, and I'm processing it. One thing that stuck out is you spoke about the table, and I don't know, that might be the first time that the table has come up in the podcast. That's all. No, that's good. I consider it one of our office secrets. But we have a table, and if we're ever any type of problem, we say bring it to the table, and our team sits down, and it's a very curated experience as a client.
So supportive.
Just because, hey, you might have been meeting with me, and it's like, well, let's leave my office. Let's go out to the table. Hey, is everyone free? I need 10 minutes. We sit down. Matter of fact, yesterday, that's what happened. I'm in my office. I get a yell outside of my office. Hey, everyone, can I get 15 minutes at the table? Cool. Our calendars are free. We sit at the table, and we're able to figure out, bounce those ideas off. And oftentimes, more than not, we're walking away with some sort of action plan where it's like, oh, this looks tangible now. Like we can go do this. So thank you for bringing that up.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for being you guys.
That's what we do.
Forever grateful.
That is what we do. We pour. We pour.
Forever grateful.
I got to stop because that pour is, when you said it earlier, it's getting me. So.
It's forever grateful. And I won't forget that. So while I'm pouring, I remember how you guys encouraged me, spoke to me, gave me some ideas, some constructive criticism. One thing that you guys have taught me is get my feelings out of business, right? There's no feelings in business. And I would be hurt. I would get this proposal together thinking, get my best suit on to get knocked down, right? And do it again and do it again. However, the support and the encouragement at this table has you keep going, right? Because, like in the end, it will work. So I'm forever grateful.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So one thing that we, as an MBAC team, we try to strive after, it's my personal, one of my mantras, ever growing, ever learning. So with that in mind, how can our team increase our reach in the area? You had a personal end, so
I did. I did. I would say one of the things that you guys did that I was a part of was phenomenal. Is last year at the Octave when we had that panel of entrepreneurs and business owners. And I love that we were able to speak with so many and they gave their perspective on their business, the good, the bad, the ugly, the difficult. I thought that was phenomenal. I also feel like the young people, the youth, they're multitaskers, right?
Absolutely.
You give them that phone, they can text, run a business, they're doing a lot. So I feel like maybe touching with the youth and doing some youth-driven things within the community, within churches, within like the Boys and Girls Club, Inspiring Minds of Youngstown and Warren. I think that would be phenomenal as well because maybe we can bridge the gap. Because when we were at the Octave, it was a certain age, right? However, there are some young people that are getting it, right? And I feel like maybe we can mesh and have a youth panel, entrepreneur panel, right? And I feel like that will trigger other young people say, hey, I have an idea. Hey, I would like to run my own business. Hey, I would like to learn about, running a business. So I think that I would just continue the momentum.
It's a great suggestion. Thanks. I will take that to Madam Wheeler, Madam Director Wheeler. Beautiful. So we're going to end here. We're going to wrap up. Lastly, how can someone get in touch with Katrina Simms?
Oh, so I have a website, azannaelise.com. I am on LinkedIn, Katrina Simms. I have an email, azannaelise@gmail. I'm also on Facebook. I am learning this social media wave bit by bit.
Yes.
And so please reach out to me. I will follow through.
Beautiful. Do me a favor, spell Azanna Elise for our viewers. I'm going to give them a second to get a pencil, pen, Sharpie, marker, whatever you write with.
Writing utensil.
Yes, pull your phone out, get your notes. That should be enough time. I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2. Please spell Azanna Elise for us.
Thanks. It is Azanna, AZANNAELISE. Azanna Elise.
Beautiful. You all
Thank
heard
you,
it.
Carrington.
You
Great
gotta
time.
make sure we support our own.
Absolutely.
All of the corporations and CEOs and presidents listening to this podcast. Katrina has my stamp. She's good.
Thanks, Carrington.
Leadership, team building, whatever it is that your organization is looking for, cultural building, building the culture of the organization. She does all of that.
I appreciate that.
Does it well.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing this time with me today.
I'm glad I got here.
Yeah, you did great too.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Really
I was a little nervous. I wanted to make sure that,
Yeah, you nervous, and I'm like, yo, this is family. We having a conversation.
But I wanted to stay because, we get to giggling and I'll go left.
So I just heard myself when I started, that flip started to switch when I was like, oh, bring it back, brother. Bring it
I
back.
had to stay in my lane. I was nervous.
No, you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
But again, that's all we have for you today. Katrina, thank you so much.
Thank you
for joining me on another episode of the Youngstown Business Incubators Innovators Insights. We will talk to you soon.
Yes.
See you all soon. Y'all have a great day.
Have a great day. Thank you.